Hey guys, Faisal here from Phase and Codes. Today we're gonna take a look at Blender. We're gonna take a look at how to move an object in Blender. This is completely different from coding, um, but it's fun and it's interesting. And so let's get into it. All right, so I have a bird over here, right? I have a 3D bird that has this animation, um, like a flying animation, right? The wings are flapping. It's got the wind soaring through um, its wings and whatnot, but it's not moving, right? So to move this, we're gonna actually insert some keyframes. If you guys are wondering where I got this model from, I got it from Sketchfab, and it's totally free. There are some paid ones, but there's a lot of cool ones that are free that you guys can download. All right, with that being said, so we're gonna highlight our character or a model. We're gonna go to Insert Keyframe, and we're gonna choose Location. All right, so this is where we have our timeline on the bottom, right? So if you guys take a look, when we inserted our keyframe, there's an orange dot or a triangle, right? And so now we're gonna move the our timeline point where we want it, the bird to go to. So for example, we want it to play from the 0 seconds to all the way to 128 um, or 130, whatever we want, right? So for example, we got the timeline to 130. We're going to press, while the bird is highlighted, we're going to press G on the keyboard. And then you want to press X for the X-axis, Y for the Y-axis, and then Z for the Z-axis. So I'll show you guys. So I'm going to press X, and I'm going to move the bird, right? And say I want the bird right here. And so again, click uh, the right the right mouse button, and then insert keyframe, and then we'll do a location. And so now if you guys take a look, our bird's gonna fly to that 130-second timeline point, and it's gonna stop there, and then the animation is still going to be playing because the animation is, I believe, is still 227. So the animation will continue to play till 227, but we made it stop over here. Now, if we wanted to move it to the y-axis, so what we can do is from that 130, we can insert another keyframe. We can do location, and I'm going to press G on the keyboard while everything is highlighted. So make sure you got your armature, these little bones right here, they're highlighted as well. Um, if your 3D model comes with an armature, that is. If it doesn't, then just highlight the model. All right, we got it highlighted. Right, we inserted the keyframe. Now we're going to move. Say, for example, we want to move it to 220, right? So we're going to press G on the keyboard, and then this time I want to move it to on the y-axis. So I'm going to move it this way to the y-axis. I mean, I could also move it to the z-axis, right? I can move it either down or up. So let me zoom in actually. So let's say I want to move the bird up as well. We can do that. G and then press Z right after that, and then either up or down. All right. Say I want the bird over here. We're gonna press the right mouse button, and then insert keyframe, and then location. And so now if we play the entire clip, oh, let me zoom out. So the bird starts off from the starting point. We can see that it stops there, and then it goes to the y-axis, and then the z-axis. Um, we can also change the starting point of the bird by adding a keyframe location, initial keyframe. So let me show you actually. Let me Control Z all the way back. So I have no keyframes. I actually took out my material. So let me put that back on. documents, Seagull texture. Alright, our texture's back. So say I want the bird to start, let's say over here. Didn't copy the armature. Alright, say I want the bird to start here, right? And say I want the bird to face the other way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press G, and then I'm gonna press R on the keyboard for rotate, and then I'm gonna press the Z axis for switching the Z. And then I can twist the bird over here, rotate it, and what I'll do is I'll press, highlight it, insert keyframe, location. Now we got a keyframe. Now we'll go, say, for example, 150. We'll move it to the 150 timeline. And we'll press G and we'll press X. And say we want the bird to move back to the middle. And then we'll insert the keyframe again, location. And now you can see that we have two keyframes, starting and ending. So now the bird starts from a different location and goes to the middle location. You can also add rotation to the bird as well. So for example, say the bird is flying from 1 to 50, right? What we'll do is we'll add insert keyframe, we'll add a rotation, and then we'll go to 150, or we can actually go to 160. It doesn't really matter, whatever you guys want to choose. And then we can rotate the bird by just, well, first highlighting it and then pressing R. And let's say I want to rotate the bird this way. And so I'll insert the keyframe and then I'll do rotation. So if I play, this is actually not a good animation, as you guys can see, but you guys get the point of how it works. So that's how you guys move in an object, 3D model, character in Blender using keyframes. Hope you guys liked the video. Give it a like if you guys liked it. Comment below if you guys have any questions. I'll see you guys in the next one.